parents may have.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Would you please tell us your name?
Mark Lincoln Garcia Sr.
All right, sir. And I know that I mentioned this to you earlier, but just as a reminder, we're not saying the names of any children at all today. You're welcome to use initials or refer to them, like my son, for example, but no names. I want to, do you have a son?
Yes.
And what is his initials?
MJ.
All right. Did MJ attend Richneck Elementary School?
Yes.
Was MJ in attendance at Richneck on January 6, 2023?
Yes.
How old was he then?
7.
On January 6 of 2023, did you go to Richneck Elementary School? Well, first of all, let me ask you this question. Did you take MJ to school?
Yes.
So was that in your car? Did you personally drop him off?
Yes, I drop him off every day.
Okay. And on that day, did you go back to Richneck Elementary School sooner than you normally would?
Yes.
When you arrived there, I want you to describe what you saw occurring without telling me what anyone was saying.
Okay. Well, getting there was a task because once you get to Jefferson, going down Richneck, it was kind of like cordoned off by the cops and a lot of people trying to go there. So we had to go to the adjacent road, which is Monroe. And we had to come down Monroe, and when we got to Monroe, we had to stop because there was a lot of cars. So I parked my car in somebody's house, and they said we could park there. And I got out my car, and I parked my car, and I went down the road, and there's a church that's on the right-hand side, and that's where everything was cordoned off by the cops, and that's where all of the confusion was going on because nobody knew what was going on.
So did you go to that church area where people were gathering with the police?
In the middle of the street.
Okay. And did you immediately see MJ there?
No.
Okay. From the time you arrive, and I know I'm asking you to estimate, but can you give us an estimate? Are you able to give us an estimate of how long it was from the time you arrived at Richneck to the time you saw your son?
Response.
This is the connection, Judge, that we have been talking about in this case between the shooting and the ensuing trauma to the children, and that came from a delayed reunification, and that came from, as we will hear in a moment, that came from the continued chaos leading to these children in a panic and a state of trauma.
Your Honor, I'm going to continue to object. Even his response to this is a narrative testimony in front of the jury.
What's the nexus to why we're here? And I guess I'm missing that. If you can expand on that, if not, it's sustained.
The nexus for why we're here. Let me look at the statute and read from the statute. 18.2.371.1. Any person responsible for the care of a child under 18 whose willful act or omission in that care was so gross, wanton, and culpable to show a reckless disregard for human life is guilty of a Class 6 felony. As to how
A delayed reunification.
the shooting,
That, yes.
Judge, the shooting occurred, and everything that has happened to these children is a follow-on from the shooting that establishes it is gross, wanton, and culpable behavior of Dr. Parker. It was the willful omission that caused these children to be separated from their parents in a state of chaos.
I sustain the objection. Next question, please.
Mr. Garcia, after you were reunited with your son, describe his demeanor, how he looked to you.
Objection again to relevance, Your Honor.
He can describe that out loud. Overruled. You may answer the question, sir. Do you need him to repeat it?
Okay. My son looked confused. He was very scared and very shocked that all of this took place in his school, in which he loved.
All right. And are there any ways that you've noticed as a parent that your son is different was different after the shooting versus before the shooting?
Yes.
Describe what you noticed.
Objection
And objection to relevance.
Okay, I didn't hear the leading and relevance. He can describe what he observed when he sees his son. Go ahead. Overruled.
So, my son, he's in therapy. He has to go to therapy now. He's still scared of the dark areas in which they have to be pushed in their safe room. He's not comfortable in certain situations like he used to be, like being talkative and things of that nature.
Objection, Your Honor. If I can just some questions out of this.
Yes, sir.
Even regarding the statute, the things the Commonwealth has to prove, this is, the things that he's testifying to is not a material fact that has to be proven or established to prove that Dr. Parker is guilty of this crime. He's testifying as to things that occurred afterwards, but nothing regarding Dr. Parker's conduct or lack of conduct. So it's not relevant.
Response?
Child abuse and neglect requires a showing that the abuse is so gross, wanton, and culpable that it showed a disregard for human life. The effects of the abuse are what he is testifying to. That is what is gross, wanton, and culpable. And we're there. This is as far as I'm going with this. But the fact that the child is different after than before is relevant to whether the choices Dr. Parker made were gross, or the omissions were gross, wanton, and culpable, because this is the after effect to the children.
It can end here, but again, I'll let you finish, Mr. Rogers. But as to where we are now, I'm going to overrule defense objection. You can ask that one question. The gentleman may answer that question, but then we're going to stop. Yes, Mr. Rogers.
Just for the record. Your Honor, I might agree with Mr. Jenkins if the Commonwealth had to prove some type of serious injury, but that's not what it's charged. It's felony abuse and neglect, but it's not based on any injury. It's based on my conduct and not any impact on these children.
Anything additional?
Not from me, Judge.
Okay. Do you need the attorney to repeat his question?
Yes, please.
Okay. How was your child different after the shooting versus before?
Yes.
Describe how he was different after.
Would you like me to describe before?
If
You
you,
have to answer the question
Yeah.
that he asked.
Okay.
yeah.
So after, again, my son, he doesn't like sleeping in the dark because of being in that safe room for however long they were in that safe room, being confined to an area, having, I don't know how much light it was, but he's scared of the dark, having added more light and going to therapy.
Okay. And were any of those things present prior to the shooting?
No.
All right, thank you. I don't have any further questions for you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Garcia. I just have a few questions. Are you familiar with any relationship that your son had with Dr. Parker?
No.
Okay. Your son was a second grade student at Richneck, correct?
Correct.
So he was not in Ms. Werner's classroom, correct?
No.
Okay. You mentioned something about a safe room. Isn't it true that your son was in the gym?
No.
Your son was not in the gym when you
No.
picked him up?
No.
Okay. Where was he?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
No, we were told by the police.
Oh, well, I'm not asking you to tell me what somebody told you.
Okay.
So you don't know?
No.
Okay. You filed a civil lawsuit arising from the events on January 6, 2023, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And it's filed here in this courthouse, correct?
Not sure.
You're not sure?
No. You have
What-
to talk to my attorney on
I'm sorry?
that. You have to talk to my attorney on that.
Okay. You have named Dr. Parker as a defendant in your case, your civil case, correct?
Correct.
And you're seeking money damages from Dr. Parker, correct?
I'm not going to talk about that on camera because it's streaming.
Judge, I am going to make a limited objection here in that any civil suits relate to the children, and I think what he's requesting is that we not be on the air for this discussion and that cameras not continue recording while he discusses his child, and I support that request and ask the court to do that.
Response?
Well, Your Honor, he just asked a series of questions about the child on a camera. I'm asking about a civil case, asking him whether he filed a civil case. It has nothing to do with the child himself.
So the objection is overruled. Cross-examination, the questioner is allowed to examine the witness's interest in a case. And for the witness, we are not using names, we are using initials as we previously did. So that is the protection to minors in this case. All right, you may proceed, Mr. T.
Mr. Garcia, you are seeking money damages from Dr. Ebony Parker in that civil case, correct?
Yes.
And a criminal conviction of Dr. Parker would assist in your civil case against her, wouldn't it?
I believe so.
Okay. So you have a financial interest in the outcome of this criminal trial?
Financial. What do you mean?
Well, you just stated that you believe that a criminal conviction of Dr. Parker would assist you in your civil case where you're suing for money, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you would